Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second edition of the Ace in the Hole, where I, your friendly neighborhood, the Ace Nick White, attempt to drag certain angles out of the holes that bookers have put them in. But this week, we're going to do something a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's something that we're all entertained by. Last week, everybody was great. You liked, you shared, you commented on the video, you subscribed to the channel. This week, I want you to do more of the same. I want you to call a buddy, tell a friend, get them all to join the XWE network and watch what we do. Because I feel like the collection of talent we got here is second to none. But I digress. This week, we're going to cover something that hasn't already happened. It's something that hasn't even happened yet. But it's the topic of conversation. It's the hottest topic in professional wrestling today. It is the question on everybody's lips. What will AEW do with Matt freaking Hardy? The man who will not die, the man who is stronger than death. Will he be the exalted one? Will he fight the Dark Order? What exactly will Matt Hardy's role be? Well, in this video, I attempt to discuss just that and exactly how the Ace Nick White would book it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's discuss Matt Hardy in AEW. Now, Matt Hardy has handled this as only Matt Hardy can. He has used social media to hype this debut. He used the end of his era in WWE, his second or third run, I'm not 100% positive off the top of my head, but he used the ending of it with Randy Orton beating him down, hitting him with a multiple concertos, hitting him with one over the steel steps, rolled around in his chair of wheels, and brought up certain former characters like Zenith, the darker part of his personality, the broken part of his personality. Called the Young Bucks, said he needed help. And then they showed up. The last thing we saw on Free the Delete was the Young Bucks, the Bucks of Youth, showing up at the Hardy compound to help Matt Hardy bury Zenith and bury himself 6 feet deep so Zenith couldn't escape again. Now, how exactly does Matt Hardy show up in AEW? Well, that's very simple. This week, Hangman Page and a mystery partner take on Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara of the Inner Circle, because Kenny Omega is hurt. Hangman Page's mystery partner, it'll be no surprise if you're watching this video, is in fact Matt Hardy. The two team up. They do great work. They defeat Chris Jericho as Matt Hardy hits Sammy Guevara with a twist of fate. Next week, Matt Hardy comes out and he cuts an impassioned promo about how he's glad to be back where professional wrestling exists, how he's buried the darkest parts of himself, how he's buried that sports entertainment. It's gone. It's behind him. He is here to do what Matt Hardy does best, be stronger than death and professionally wrestle. He is a wrestler. He's not an entertainer. He proceeds to have a singles match next week. Let's say Peter Avalon. It really doesn't matter because he goes out, he has a nice 3 to 5 minute match. It's not a squash. He gives the guy a little bit of offense. But at the end of the day, it's twist of fate 1, 2, 3. Now that brings us to 3 weeks from now. This is where our story takes a turn. Kenny Omega's still injured. Having been beaten down by Pac, having taken move after move, and honestly being injured by his best friends, the Young Bucks, he cannot compete in the blood and guts match where the Inner Circle takes on the Elite. Cody Rhodes, Hangman Page, the Young Bucks are now a man short, but Matt Hardy, forever fan of the Bucks of Youth, offers to take his spot. The Inner Circle and the Elite do battle inside the double ring, 20-foot high steel cage. Blood and Guts is exactly the right name for this match because everyone sheds blood. But at the end of the day, Santana, Ortiz, Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Chris Jericho, they cannot stop the power of the Elite and Matt Hardy. The good guys stand tall at the end of the match. Cody Rhodes turns around, he shakes hands with Matt Hardy, and as he does, the lights go out. They flicker. Everyone is in shock. The fans are clamoring because they know what's about to happen. It is perhaps the most obvious turn in the history of professional wrestling that the elite should have been prepared for. But when the lights come back on, the Dark Order is in the ring. The inner circle is gone. All the minions, Silver and Reynolds, Stu Grayson, Player Uno, Dark Uno, if you will. They lay waste to the entirety of the elite. Matt Hardy, bloodied, is in a corner. He doesn't attack, but he doesn't get attacked either. And as the bloodshed continues, as everyone is laid waste to, Dark Uno reaches down and he puts his hand out to Matt Hardy, who shakes his head and walks away. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. If Matt Hardy isn't the Exalted One, if he's shaken off the Dark Order, why did they leave him standing? Why did they just let him walk away? That's because a part of Matt Hardy is actually the Exalted One. If you watch the episodes of Free the Elite and Being the Elite, Matt Hardy has two split personalities. Now, Zenith, although buried, is still alive. Broken Matt Hardy still exists, and Broken Matt Hardy has been the Exalted One all along. He's been the one in communication, but Matt himself has no recollection of this. Yes, it's an amnesia angle, I know. But if anybody could pull it off, Matt Hardy would be the one. So over the next few weeks, anytime Matt Hardy takes a nice shot to the head, whether it be a buckshot lariat from a furious Hangman Page, whether it be an indie taker from the Bucks of Youth, or the final straw at Double or Nothing, when he takes a one-winged angel from the one man who he replaced, Kenny Omega, Matt Hardy slips back into that broken persona. But at the end of the day, when he takes that final one-winged angel, it unleashes the devil inside of him. He is fully the Exalted One, and for weeks and weeks, the Dark Order lays waste to anyone and everyone. The Young Bucks once said, by the end of the year, the Dark Order would be the most talked about tag team in wrestling, and this is the angle that does it. They become the tag team champions. They are the ones who take down Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. Silver and Reynolds finally go on a winning streak. Time after time, the Dark Order wins matches. They take the losers of the company and make them into winners. They add Shima into the group. They add Peter Avalon. Brandon Cutler finally unmasks. The group in force finally becomes monsters that they've advertised themselves as. It is at that point that Matt Hardy makes his intentions clear. There's only one trophy left to take. And after Jon Moxley defeats MJF, Matt Hardy comes out, hits a twist of fate on Jon Moxley in the middle of the ring to end the night at Double or Nothing. We then fast forward to the next pay-per-view, one-on-one Matt Hardy versus Jon Moxley, and Matt Hardy once again becomes a world champion. For the next few months, war ensues in AEW. The Dark Order is an unstoppable force. No one can bring them down except for one man. Finally, embracing the fans' cheers, finally hearing what they've wanted all along. Judas becomes a babyface. Yes, that's right, folks. Chris Jericho accepts the fans' love, if only to stop the undying force, the juggernaut that is the Dark Order. The inner circle becomes a weapon against Matt Hardy and his followers. Now, I know that's a Cliff Notes version. I could have said a whole lot more. If you want more, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me you want to hear more from me. Tell me what else you want me to cover. I got a few things I'm planning up here in my head. I hope you guys stay tuned. I hope you watch and tell me what you think of these videos. Feel free. Hit me up on Twitter at @TheAceNickWhite. Thank you again. Have a great